Greetings, Lena. How are you doing? And how has the tour been going so far?
Hi, thank you for having me tonight. Well, it's been amazing so far. It's been very positive, and we had so many sold out shows, and of course that brings a really pretty smile on your face, you know. So this tour is gonna be divided in two parts, and unfortunately tomorrow is our last show in the first part of the tour. After that we are taking a little break because we need some stuff to do and then we go again. So I feel like we're not done yet, you know, we are still in the middle of the tour, and I want...
When is the second part?
Second part starts October 19 and it continues until November 10th, I believe, or 9th. I don't want to lie to you. Check on infectedrain.com.
When was your band founded, and could you describe what Infected Rain is about?
Yeah, it's not a secret that we started in 2008. In fact, this year is very special for us because it's our 10th anniversary. And yeah, thank you. And yeah, we were just, you know, friends, musicians, getting together, playing some cover songs and hanging out and just starting creating something new. And little by little we started doing our own stuff, and then we got invited for the first show and then the second show, and then we got addicted, and that's how everything started. Since that day we've been working very hard, non-stop touring, and we released 3 albums, and I'm very proud of where we are right now.
Tell me, where did you get the name?
Well, the name was actually an idea of our guitar player Vidik, the one with the dreadlocks, the crazy guy. It was very, I don't know, symbolistic, I guess, because in the beginning of Infected Rain we started rehearsing in this area that was very far from the city, with a lot of, I don't know, like industrial area, I would say, and it was fall of 2007, yes. And we started going to the rehearsal every time, and it was raining all the time and so gray and so dark, and it felt like we were somewhere in Chernobyl or something, you know. And then we just started joking around that we are gonna infect people with our music, you know, and like, just like you can't hide from the rain, you're gonna get wet anyways, because the nature power is so strong, you can't hide from it. So it's kind of the message we wanted to deliver, that, you know, there's no escape from our music. I used to be your
Well, let's talk about your latest album, 86. Yeah.
If you don't have it, pre-order now.
Tell me, where did you record the tracks for the album, and how did the recording process go?
Well, actually, all 3 albums we recorded at the same place. We've been, I guess, very lucky. Our drummer's brother is a very, very talented sound engineer, and he works in this recording studio where he could, you know, bring us in and help us, and you know, take us, you know, from the beginning until the end of the mastering day. And with the album Asylum, with the album Embrace Eternity, and with the album 86, this is who worked on it, Voluța Valentin. Hi Valentin, if you're watching, thank you so much. His work is amazing. He did a great job with this album, and he's going to be the one that is going to record our next album as well.
Great. How has been the response from the crowds to the new album, to the new songs actually, and which one is your favorite one?
This is actually a very tricky question, because I can't choose one. You know, like a mother can't choose between their kids. You can't choose one. I definitely have a few songs that, you know, can bring me back to the emotions I felt when I was writing, and you know, definitely like Orphan Soul is very important for me because it's based on my childhood. Very important song for me is also My Home. But I can talk about this nonstop. Every song is special and means a lot for me, and I love playing it live. In fact, that's why, if you notice, in our set list during the show, we actually play all the songs besides one, I think. We play almost all the songs.
That's great.
Yeah, because we can't choose. And unfortunately, with the new songs, with the new album, we are going to have to choose some other ones to stop playing them live because we need to introduce newer songs to people. So please don't ask me that. I can't choose. Sometimes I miss the older songs. Sometimes, I'm very greedy for newer songs. So for that, that's all I can say. About the crowd, I will be honest with you, the reaction was so good and so positive, so emotional. I don't think we even dreamed about it like that. We have such good fans, and we call them our family because we are an independent band so far. And all this time during our path, we survived because of our fans. And we are very grateful for that. They support by coming to the shows, by buying CDs, merchandise, by sharing online, sharing with other people. Some of them even organized shows for us. You wouldn't believe that. It happened. So it's amazing. I think we are very lucky to have our fans, very lucky.
Put together the album cover, and how does it connect to the music?
Yes, actually, both Embrace Eternity and 86 were created by our very, very good friend Ira Munteanu. She is a very special friend of ours. She's also a musician, super talented musician, bass player. Not only, she is also an artist. So she literally took these pictures. These are real pictures she worked on, and this is a real model that also she was on the cover of the previous album, Victoria Blanca, which also is a very, very close friend of ours, and she helped so much to the band. These two girls are very, very precious to us. They helped with their creativity, with their art, and with their presence,
Yeah. What means 86? Why not 87?
86 is a verb. Okay. In American English, it's been used less lately. I would say it's a more archaic verb. Mainly, it was used in the bar or restaurant industry. It is to say when you get rid of something, when you don't have something anymore. Or a person can be 86th when you refuse to serve him, for example. You are 86th, it means you're not welcome here. We don't want you anymore. You're not accepted, If you want to know more, I would suggest you to read about it because I discovered this, it was my discovery. I discovered this verb like a year ago. I believe I would say a year before we actually recorded the album. And I was shocked because I was born in 86. And for me, the fact that it also has a meaning, it was really cool. And then when we created this little cover that literally means this little alien freak is not accepted even on their stairways to heaven. Even in heaven, people that are different are pushed away, like society don't accept you. It's sad, but that's what it is.
Speaking of records, today is a little bit difficult to record and sell a CD. People download. What is your opinion about that?
To be honest with you, I am not very much against it, and I am not mad at people that do that. I will explain myself. Basically, thanks to the internet capacity, we are where we are. Because being an independent band, when you work alone, people can know about you only thanks to internet. Back in the days when I was a teenager, it was only radio stations, right?
Yeah.
Now it's more. Now it's internet, and it's available everywhere for free or for money. Now it's your choice if you want to support the band or you don't want to. Or the most part of people, I want to believe, just don't have the opportunity or the money for it. There are countries that just don't have money for it. I grew up in a very poor family. I know what that means. I still was very hungry for music, and I was listening to a lot of music when I was a kid. I didn't grow up in an era where internet was big, and I was not downloading anything for free because I didn't even have a computer. But I know what it means to be hungry for music, and I know what it means to live with the music. So I don't blame anybody. I don't. If you are just being a bot and you don't want to support the band, it's your choice. It's your choice. But again, as I said before, I think we are very lucky because thanks to our fans and thanks to the support we are having, we are where we are, and people really buy it online, digitally, or physically. They really do. Maybe not millions and millions every month, but still, it's still going, you know?
Waiting for someone to save us, waiting for something to change, waiting someone to forgive us, waiting, swallowing the rage. Days keep passing, lack of expectation, fear and taking the best of us. Here we are again, expecting the salvation, waiting for someone to be sorry for us.
Do you remember how music came into your life? Especially metal music.
You mean before I started singing? Or?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I do remember. In the beginning, I don't know, I liked music always. I feel like it's been with me a little bit since I was a kid. My both parents were dancers.
Wow.
And I did yes, they were dancers, and they met in a very young period of their life where they were in love, and it was so beautiful. I did my first steps in their rehearsal room while they were dancing, and I think it's connected to me somehow. Then after that I started listening to music, and MTV was cool back in the days, and you know, we were listening to MTV, and then I discovered that there are bands that I like more and bands that I like less. And usually the bands that I like more were Nirvana, and then later on it was Korn, Limp Bizkit, I don't know, Offspring, you know, Blink-182, everything that was around back in the days on MTV, you know, and it was cool. So then I discovered that you can like a genre a little bit more than the others. Although I will be honest with you, I do like other genres of music. So yeah, this is how everything started. Then I got a little portable radio, and I used to listen to music on my way to school, on my way back to school, sometimes during school. And then later on I started working, and I had my little boombox, and I bought my first 2 albums on a cassette. And I will never forget it. I bought 2 albums of 2 completely unknown bands for me at the time.
What was?
It was, I will tell you, it was Sepultura Roots.
Wow.
And Slipknot Iowa. Those 2 albums, I just bought them without knowing what it is. Like I had my first salary. I started working very, very young. And I went and I just chose 2 cassettes. And I listened the hell out of them. Like, they stopped working at one point. And yeah, this is how I discovered that I like heavier music, thanks to these 2 bands, for sure. That's how everything started.
Never forget what to live for. Never forget what to live for. Let go the substance of your nightmares. Let go the fear, let go the darkness. As long as you can't keep it, fight for your life, fight for your dream. As long as your scars keep repeating, just rise, rise from the knee.
So tell me, what is the metal scene like in Moldova? And how do people approach your band out there?
Well, unfortunately, I can't say much about it, but only for a reason. Moldova is very small. Chisinau is very small, and we don't really have many opportunities for talented new generation, for any kind of artist. It doesn't matter, musician, you can be a different artist. It doesn't matter what you do. Unfortunately, there's not too many opportunities. The government doesn't support that. We don't even have venues where to play. We literally have to rent a place if we ever want to play somewhere. We used to have a club here and there, but they don't survive more than a few years, unfortunately. So this is very sad, because we do have a lot of very talented musicians. Some of them create bands, some of them play, by themselves solo. Some of them even travel, but unfortunately it's not big in Moldova. It's bigger, outside Moldova. So that's what it is. But nowadays it's a little bit easier. We don't need visas to travel anymore. It used to be very difficult. Infected Rain started touring when we needed visas, literally everywhere. Even to go to our neighbor Romania, we needed to go to the embassy every time and beg them to give us a visa, because we want to share the music from Moldova. It was very, very sad. And I'm not even talking about other countries. We used to have passports full with visas. But now, thanks God, that is over. And it's a little bit easier with traveling. And everybody that is more insistent can really travel and share their music and their art somewhere else.
A lot of people define you some kind of metal queen. And many people compare you to Elisa from Arch Enemy. What do you think about it?
Actually, thank you for this question. It's been in my head to do a little video regarding this matter. I understand why people want to compare bands, especially bands with female-fronted, bands, because it's one genre, it's metal, and we are girls, and for some reason they think we sound the same. It's not true. Like, what I'm trying to say is, it is okay to compare until it's not getting toxic. Unfortunately, some fans get really rude to each other and really rude to bands. Even some of the band members get rude to other bands. Or they get jealous, and this is very sad, unfortunately, and I'm not shy to speak up about it. I want this to stop, to be honest with you. Because we are here, this is not a fucking competition. This is music. Music is the best way of bringing and delivering emotions. We are here to share our emotions, to share our art. We are not here to compare each other. We are not here to competition who gets the best prize for the prettiest or the loudest or the ugliest or the darkest or whatever. I don't care. If you love Infected Rain, you are very welcome to love other bands with females. If you like Arch Enemy, please open your mind and like other bands. If you like OTEP, In This Moment, Ginger, Butcher Babies, I can go on and on and on. They are all so talented. We played with many, many of them, and they are amazing people. Stop comparing this. Unfortunately, some of the musicians take this too personal, and this is sad. So I'm saying this to you. Please, just listen to what we're doing. Stop comparing us. This is not why we are here. Okay? Thank you.
Wasting your time, hating your own kind, losing your mind, you're sounding to your life. You're wasting your time, hating your own kind, losing your mind, you're sounding to your life.
So we know that besides music and being a great singer, you are a model as well. Since when you're doing it, and is it your day job or it's just for fun?
Well, I did my first photo shoot when I was 19. So that was very long ago. I was never considered a professional model. I did that for fun, and I loved it. It's not a secret that since I was 16 years old, I started working in a beauty industry. That means I was a hairdresser, then I started learning more and more, and I became a hair and makeup artist. I started working with photographers for some TV shows, and I had really, really interesting people around me, and I worked for very, very great beauty salons and amazing artists. Little by little, I started modeling more and more because I felt like I want to deliver the look I'm creating, because sometimes I also create the costume I'm wearing. So I felt like I can say more with that. So that's how everything happened, and I love doing that, and that's true. I do it till these days, and it's only a side job. It's not my day job or my everyday job. It's just a side job that I do with pleasure. I model sometimes for some clothing companies, I model sometimes for some magazines, or I just work with individual photographers for some of their projects, or I just work with good artists for my own sake and for whatever, the whatever I created and, want to make it happen.
So, what can we expect to hear tonight?
A lot of good music.
For example, a lot of album.
Yeah, a lot of this album and some of the songs of the older albums for sure. We are gonna give the best of us. Also because today is very special, because today is our last show in Germany for this year. And Germany was very good to us during our whole existence, and we promise to give it all today on the stage, like always.
If you're not smart enough to say, high school shower is what you need. If you're not smart enough to say, high school shower is what you need.
Favorite Infected Rain song?
Sweet Sweet Lies.
Favorite cartoons? Cartoon fan?
How can you ask me that? I hate you.
Why not?
I hate you. Powerpuff Girls.
Modeling?
Yes. Whatever.
Religion?
Fuck the religion.
Metal?
This is not a word, but I think it works. Guys, talking to you, sending you a lot of hugs, positive energy. Just, I'm begging you, support the bands you like. Come to the shows. Don't sit at home and click on internet, because sometimes it's a lot more fun to go to the show. You're gonna meet so many more people, and you're gonna feel so many more emotions. It's unbelievable. Just support the bands, come to the shows, and don't be afraid to share what you feel. Don't be afraid, ever.